back to the daily grind of school. Sean is late for his class. I'm alright because I don't have class for another hour, so I'm set. But Sean is now frantically running to his class. Not really, he's just walking because he doesn't care. I'm the one that cares about being late. But yeah, morning. Or actually afternoon, because we start at noon. Afternoon. Back home from the school day, and I wanted to talk about what happened to me in the middle of the night very suddenly, and it startled me into wakefulness. The poster that I was talking about before that kept falling down, yeah, it fell down. It fell down right on my face while I was sleeping, and it was just like, plop, and I was like, what the heck happened? I was really upset, because I was nice and asleep, and everything was good, and then I suddenly get woken up. Which is weird, because I generally am a deep sleeper, and I didn't think something as small as that could wake me up, but I guess it all depends on the scenario. So yeah, it woke me up in the middle of the night. My fan was on, so that's the reason. Must have just gotten under and slowly pried it from the wall. But it was a really bad thing to happen. So today was the day of my stats test, and it went perfectly. It was really easy. There was actually only one short answer question. It's just there was 5 formulas associated with it, so it was worth 15 marks. And then there was 15 multiple choice questions. And I'm gonna call it right now. Got perfect on that test. It was amazingly easy. I knew everything. I was really proud of myself. I barely even referred to my cheat sheet. I was just double checking formulas. And yeah, it just went really good. I'm really happy with that. With this good result on this stats test. And yesterday, my quiz went amazing as well. And I really hope purchasing tests will go along the same lines, and I'll do awesome. And I'll know everything. And I won't, like, frantically try to figure out an answer. So, I think I'm good.
So I started work on my next movie review thing. Bob thing.
Yay!
Whatever. It's a movie review, I guess. Because Lydia and I watched a movie called Blue is the Warmest Color, which is a movie that, well, Lydia read the graphic novel for it. When did you read that? Like probably a month ago? A little under a month ago?
Yeah.
So Lydia read the graphic novel for it a little under a month ago. Then we watched the movie, and
it does not compare. You cannot compare the two because
nowhere near as good.
The movie really takes away everything that's really important about the comic. It's really weird.
It's a very artsy movie, so some people will probably really enjoy it, but I don't know, maybe I'm a simpleton. But I just found the movie slow. Very slow. And there's good slow and there's bad slow, and I found it bad slow. So yeah. Right, you found it slow too,
dragged.
Right? Like, the movie is 3 hours long, but
it felt like 6.
Yeah. Because there's, like, you know, Lord of the Rings, any of the Lord of the Rings movies is 3 hours long, but they don't feel like it. This movie, yeah, you're right. It felt like it was 6 hours long. It just dragged so much. So I sat down today and I started typing away. Type. This is how I type, by the way. Just kind of slam my keyboard. I was typing up a script for my review, because the first one I did, it was kind of scripted. I had little points. I had bullet points that said kind of certain things that I wanted to say, but I just looked at, like, the bullet point and then kind of tried to talk around that, and well, I got what I got out of it. So now this time I'm gonna try and write more of an actual, like, script. Like, I'll still ad-lib around it, but I kind of wanted more so to know more precisely what exactly it is that I want to say. And I was expecting to only write a tiny bit. But I wrote like, jeez, well, it's like a page full, but it's an entire page.
Is it double-spaced?
On Word, no, it's single-spaced.
Whoa, is the font size like 80?
No, font size is like normal, whatever that, like 11, I guess is what it's normally set at.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wrote like a frickin' essay about this movie. And I like what I wrote, and I was quite impressed by what I wrote. Not that it's like hoo-hoo, but it was just, I find it difficult to talk/write about a movie like this, because it's what I would call an artsy movie. It's very, what's the word, highbrow, I guess. It's kind of one of those things where if you don't like it, people might judge you for not getting it, or something like that, you know, just because it's it's a critically acclaimed movie. It won like the Palme d'Or, and lots of people have it on, lots of like big movie critics have it on their top 10 of 2013 lists, some having it at number 1. But me, not that it was a bad movie, it was just, I didn't really like it all that much. But yeah, I wrote a bunch of stuff about it, which I was really glad about, and then on Thursday, I'm planning on filming my review for that. And I might be doing something special for filming that review. It's something I want to do, but we'll see. So on Thursday, obviously, because it'll also be in the vlog a bit. So if I follow through with my plan, I have an interesting surprise for Thursday. But yeah, I'm glad with everything that I wrote, and I'm excited. I want to film it now, but really Thursday's the ideal time for me to film. So I shall have to wait until then.
Sean is helping me study! Yay! I have all these millions of multiple choice questions that I want to get asked, and it's a lot easier for Sean to read them out, and then if I know the answer, say it, or get the multiple choice options and then pick it, because I've highlighted all the answers, so if I was reading through them, it would be automatic as to which one's the correct answer, so it'd be hard to just like study and try and get it in my brain. So that's what we were doing. There's like
a billion
70 questions
a billion
between 2 different chapters. They are divided by chapter, and we just asked them in order because it doesn't really matter to differentiate the order. I just wanted to know those questions. And then he also went over only specific parts of my notes, because the test is in 3 different parts. There's a case study part, and I'll be given 2 case studies, and I have to like describe what's going on, and I have to use specific terms, and so that's what we studied from my notes. And then there's a calculation section of the test, where I'm going to be given 2 questions that have calculations involved with them, but my cheat sheet has those formulas on it, so I don't really need to study them. I'm set for that. I know how to do them, and I'm good. And then the other section is going to be multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, which is all these questions, which is what Sean is quizzing me on. And it's funny because we did this when we had similar classes, so we both already kind of knew the material. Sean doing this now, he doesn't understand what he's saying.
It's confusing. I don't know any of these words.
I'm sorry.
Money? I don't know.
But it does really help that you're doing this for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. These things are so confusing, because there's like your stereotypical kind of like multiple choice question, which is very short and very much like one word answer kind of things. That's the stuff I like. But then like some of these questions, it's like paragraphs.
Yeah.
It's like the question's a paragraph, and then like each option is like 2 sentences and stuff, and you're like, oh. It's the thing is, if you were to look at it, you'd be able to answer it because you know the material.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's such a pain to try and
read out
to you.
Yeah.
And be like, so what's the answer? You're like, like by the time I get to option E, you've already forgot option A, B, and C.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or even what was the question again?
Yeah.
It's like, jeez. So it's tough, but she's smart. She knows it. Like half these things, I start to read it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's this, that's option B, blah 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 blah." Oh yeah, that's true. I'm like two sentences, some of them. I'm like 2 words into the question, and she's like, "Oh, that's true." You don't know.
I do know though.
Then I read for another 2 minutes, and she's like, "True." Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm doing my best to help her study.
It's working. Thank you.
Good. All right, homies. Long day of school tomorrow, plus work. So gotta get some sleep. Okay. Okay. Good night.